Alright, we are finally back to toy reviews around here, and we started off with another Kamen Rider toy. This time a little bit more appropriate to call a toy. This is Kamen Rider Dark Kabuto from the SH Figuarts toy line. What is SH Figuarts? Well, why, let me explain it when the packaging does it. So, okay, let's take a look here. SH Figuarts is a new standard figure series that incorporates the Bandai action figure art under the theme Pursuing Character Expression Through Humanoid Action. So, your action figure is supposed to behave like a human. Well, that's pretty much what you're trying to accomplish. I just want to take a minute here and talk about the packaging a little bit, because this is really phenomenal. I find it to be very unique and stylish, being so monochrome, I mean, right down to the demonstration picture of the actual character. It really brings attention to the toy itself. So how about we crack this thing open, we'll see what you get in this little package. You see, it comes in this nice little clamshell. There is no such thing as a twist tie or a rubber band holding these things in, not even tape. Well, it's taped on each four sides. But it's all in this nice little interlocking clamshell. It's very secure, and this will ensure none of your parts actually bend, which is always annoying. Dark Kabuto is actually from the Kamen Rider Kabuto series. Surprise, surprise. It is a repaint of the main character from the series, because he is the evil version that appears toward the end of the series. Oh my god, that's a spoiler. I apologize. The toy itself, let me just go in order here. The sculpt itself is phenomenal. I mean, you've got all this intricate detail here in the legs to capture the suit's design and little intricate workings. You've got a lot of detail molded in here, all the way around. I mean, there's literally no space on here that isn't detailed with some kind of molding. It's very impressive. I mean, all the armor is molded in. Nothing is painted on cheaply. Like, even these wristbands are molded in. So you definitely have a lot of attention to detail here. Right down to the Henshin belt and the Zector in the middle. That is really well done. And I could have sworn this thing opened or came off when I first saw it. It's just really, really nice. I'm really a fan of the head sculpt. Can you see that detail in there? That brick design in those eyes? There's a plastic shell overlaying that. So you really get the effect of bug eyes really well here. And it still has a normal lens type feel to the mask. And that way, you know, you're never going to have to worry about that wearing out. I mean, that's really nice little attention to detail here. Paint job. Again, nothing is spared here. I mean, you can see how intricate all these designs are. The circuitry detail is phenomenal. And it's really thin in some parts, really intricate, really impressive. Again, right down to the back. And they really didn't skip anything on the paint job. I mean, look, that tiny little dot of paint on his horn. I mean, that's insane. I mean, there's no reason to paint that. It's just so small and so insignificant. And again, on the Zector, you can look all the way around that. They painted the panel it sits on. They painted the horn handle. I mean, every little detail on this thing, as much as they could fit on there. I mean, I'm seriously blown away here. I mean, I'm used to American action figures that skip every detail, that doesn't go noticed on the first glance. But I do want to get into what you get along with the figure. Well, Figuarts come with multiple hand sets. In this case, you get 2 different sets of hands along with the default fists. You get the splayed open hand here, and then you get the weapon holding hands. So you've got a few options. Strangely enough, he had the original version, Kamen Rider Kabuto's figure, it had the pointing finger gesture that the character was so known for. Even though this is a strict repaint, he didn't come with that hand, which is really bizarre. You get the axe that doubles as the blaster. You also get the dagger, which is traditionally held upside down. Now the hands are on ball joints, so changing them out is as simple as popping one off and slapping the other one on. The accessories fit very firmly, very snug, considering there's no normal peg or socket in there to hold it in. It's just the fingers. They're actually molded in a somewhat soft plastic. This handguard actually helps hold the fingers against the grip of the dagger. So you have a very effective means of gripping onto the toy. And those hands are pretty much the only soft plastic on this figure. Everything I've shown you to now has either been very solid plastic or, believe it or not, die cast. Yeah, there is some die cast in this thing, and especially in the legs, you can really tell. It's very solid. It helps give them a lot more balance, which will come in handy later. But really the wrist, I mean, it's really nice since, I mean, there's no way you can fit articulation onto a toy this size in the hands. So the interchangeable hand thing really gives you a lot more options that you can do with the figure. As you can see, the accessories are nice. Now you only get the two really, but it's almost the only ones that Kabuto ever had until you get to the hyper mode. That's a whole different story. Behold the articulation of Figuarts. This is the selling point of the entire toy line as far as I'm concerned. The detail and paint is phenomenal, but it's the articulation level that really gets it. And you've got the basic stuff here. I mean, the waist rotates, you've got double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, you've got some really nice neck articulation. It's ball jointed where it meets the chest, as well as where it meets the head. So you've got a lot of little things you can do with the head in order to accomplish great many poses. You can do like the Egyptian dance. And really, that is that's just the beginning here. I haven't even begun to talk about my favorite parts, which are the shoulders, for instance. Like you get your typical moves upward, moves outward, and notice the armor actually folds up. But then take a look. You've got a huge ball socket sitting in the middle of the chest. It allows a much more natural, much wider range of motion. You can get some phenomenal poses out of this guy. And that's not it. The wrists, they're also triple hinged. And guess what? The ankles, technically, if you count the whole foot, it's kind of like quadruple hinged. You got the rotation, it moves back and forth. You can swivel it left and right, and toes. Wow, I mean, that's just amazing. And what really gets me here is the hips. I mean, they're on ball joints, but the ball joints are on these little, see, there's no way I can get a shot of them because it's so deep in there. It's on these little hinges inside the legs, so you can bring the leg down and get a much higher range of motion out of the leg. I mean, it's a really, really small touch, but such a phenomenal one. And I'm counting at least 40 points of articulation in this thing. I mean, that's phenomenal in a figure this size. Now, I could do the traditional thing for reviewing a Japanese toy and size compare it to one that you've probably never seen and definitely don't own. Or I could do something a little bit more practical and compare it to something everyone should have on hand. You can see he's got some very nice size to him. This is actually the perfect size for an action figure for me. It's not too tall and it's not too short. Technically it's about 14 inches, or 14 centimeters, I'm sorry. Yeah, 14 inches, way up there. No. So it's just the right size for everything it does. And like I said, it's the articulation that sells this toy. So I think this calls for a demonstration. Now, if you're interested in Figuarts toys, you can really do a lot worse than this guy. I really like Kamen Rider Kabuto, so this is a really fantastic one for me. The one part that's probably going to get you is the price range. These things are about $20 to $25, and that's before the shipping out of Japan, so maybe wait until there's something else at Hobby Link Japan that you're after. Or if you want to buy in bulk, I mean, feel free to do that too. Last I checked, this guy is still there, and there's plenty of pre-orders going up all the time for the really good ones. I think the money is worth it, at least to own your favorite rider. And this isn't my favorite rider, it's just a really damn cool one. So I'm going to have to go after my favorite one a little bit later. So that is pretty much it. I am just so blown away. I never imagined an action figure could be as good as this. So that's it for another Rehab review. Maybe it'll be a Transformer next time, maybe not. Depends on what cool stuff I've got coming in. Thank you once again to Hobby Link Japan and Henshin Justice Unlimited for hooking me up. That is all for me. Thank you for what is that? What is it? Oh my god, it's a worm!
1, 2, 3. Rider kick.